Very good morning, my dear students. How are you all? So today in this new module, we would see the concepts of total angular momentum, where the two different schemes called LS and JJ coupling would be visited. When I say total angular momentum of an electron, now the electron should be visualized as a spinning charge which not only revolves around the nucleus in specific orbits but also has its own spinning motion. So it possesses the orbital angular momentum denoted by the word L and the spin angular momentum denoted by the letter S. So the total angular momentum would now be the combination of both the orbital angular momentum and spin angular momentum. Thus, J should be written as L plus S. So, total angular momentum gets its contribution from orbital motion as well as the spinning motion of the electron. Now that we know from the earlier modules that orbital angular momentum has its magnitude quantized as L is equal to root of L into L plus 1 h cross, its orientations possible one are also quantized by Lz is equal to ml h cross. Similarly, the spin angular momentum is quantized both in magnitude as S is equal to root of S into S plus 1 h cross and Sz is equal to ml h cross. Now, the total angular momentum J and its possible orientations Jz are also quantized. How is that? We will see. The total angular momentum is now denoted by the quantum numbers J and Mj, where the magnitude of the total angular momentum is given by J is equal to root of J into J plus 1 h cross, and its possible orientations given by Jz is equal to Mj h cross. So the magnitudes are quantized for orbital angular momentum, for spin angular momentum, and now for total angular momentum. Similarly, the orientations are also quantized as for Lz orbital angular momentum, spin angular momentum, as well as the total angular momentum. So the total angular momentum quantum number for a single electron can have the values J is equal to L plus S and Jz is equal to Lz plus Sz. So the magnitude J will be the combination of L plus S, their magnitudes, and the direction Jz would be the combination of Lz plus or minus Sz. So it will have L plus S as well as L minus S. They are the possible orientations. So when there is no external magnetic field, the total angular momentum would be simply the combination of L plus S, the precession of the electron in the orbital angular momentum state as well as in the spin angular momentum state is seen from these figures. So the total angular momentum would be just a combination of these two, and it will precess in a direction which is along the summation of L and S. Now, when there is an application of external magnetic field, you say that the total angular momentum is no more along the direction of the simple combination of L and S, but it precesses in the direction of the external magnetic field. Now, for a single electron atom, the total angular momentum is simply the sum of the orbital as well as spin angular momentum. Now, when you have an atom with more than one electron, then the manner in which the individual momenta Li, orbital angular momentum, and the spin angular momentum adding up would depend upon certain circumstances, and they would follow certain definite patterns. That is, it would be not that simple as L1 plus L2 plus S1 plus S2, say for example a 2 electron atom, but it would follow two different routes called LS coupling and JJ coupling. What are these two new schemes? We would see in the following slides. When I say LS coupling, it is used for most atoms when the magnetic field is weak. Here, the orbital angular momenta of various electrons, say L1, L2, L3, L4, for many electron atoms, they would first add up together to form a single L, capital L. Similarly, the spin angular momentum of the individual electrons would add up together as S1 plus S2 plus S3 plus S4 and give a single S. And this combination of all the orbital angular momentum and all the spin angular momentum is due to an electrostatic coupling. And after forming the complete L and complete S, they would couple together via a spin orbit combination magnetically and form the total angular momentum. This is LS coupling. That is, LS scheme, it owes its existence to the relative strengths of electrostatic force that couple the individual orbital momenta to first a single L and individual spin momenta to a single S, and these two would now combine to make a minimum J value resulting in the lowest energy for a greater stability. Now, the electrostatic forces that couple the individual L and individual S is stronger than the magnetic spin orbit forces. Therefore, in such atoms, LS coupling is the rule. So, here I say that all possible elements undergo LS coupling scheme except for heavier elements, and the selection rule is for transition del L is equal to plus or minus 1, del S is equal to 0, and del J takes up 0 or plus or minus 1. Now what is JJ coupling? In JJ coupling, it is seen that heavier elements, they undergo JJ coupling scheme where the magnetic spin orbit interactions are very strong than the electrostatic coupling between individual Si and Li, and this electrostatic coupling breaks down and the JJ coupling starts. So here what happens? Not all Li now add up together. Instead, first the L1 and S1 will add up to form J1. L2 and S2 will add up to form J2. L3 and S3 would add up to form J3. Like this, you will get all individual J1, J2, J3. They will ultimately add up to form the complete J. So this is the JJ coupling. So for a given L, I say that there are 2s plus 1 values of J. For L greater than S, J goes from L minus S to L plus S. For L less than S, there are fewer than 2s plus 1 possible J values. 2s plus 1 is the multiplicity of the state. So we have now seen two schemes, LS and JJ, where in the LS scheme, the individual electrostatic coupling between the orbital angular momenta and spin angular momenta is strong enough to beat up the magnetic spin orbit coupling effect, and all the individual L's would add up to form capital L, all the individual S would add up to form capital S. They would ultimately add up to form the total angular momentum. Whereas in JJ coupling, L1 would add up with S1 to give J1, L2 would add up with S2 to give J2. So all these individual J1, J2, J3 would add up to form the complete J. Here magnetic spin orbit coupling is stronger than the electrostatic coupling. So that was the summarizing statement of LS and JJ coupling. Now that we have known ultimately the electronic state of an atom, it could be denoted by a scheme called term symbols. So a scheme using capital letters and numbers to designate the entire electronic state of an atom is nothing but the term symbols. So here the electronic state is given by the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 corresponding to different orbits named by the letters S, P, D, F, G, H, I. So for if you have L is equal to 0, then the electron is said to be in the S orbit. If L is equal to 1, the electron is said to be in the P orbit. If L is equal to 2, the electron is said to be in the D orbit, and so on. Now, in the term symbols, you have a superscript as well as a subscript. The superscript before the letter gives the multiplicity of the state. The value 2s plus 1 is the multiplicity, and the subscript gives the total angular momentum of the state. So now with L is equal to 1, because P takes up the value L is equal to 1, with 2 as the multiplicity, so 2s plus 1 is equal to 2, s takes up the value half, and the total angular momentum is 3 by 2. Now that we have seen the LS and JJ coupling, what could be the frequently asked questions? Apart from the basic descriptive question of that kind, explain LS and JJ coupling, many questions can be asked on the term symbols too, like find the multiplicity, total angular momentum, spin angular momentum, orbital angular momentum from the given term symbol notation of an electronic state given by 2d 5 by 2. So what would be the answer? When I have the letter D, then the orbital state would be L is equal to 2. So D corresponds to an electronic state of L value 2. Now the multiplicity is 2, therefore 2s plus 1 is equal to 2. Therefore s takes up the value half. And the total angular momentum is 5 by 2. Therefore total angular momentum is 2 plus this L value half, spin angular momentum is half plus orbital angular momentum value is 2. So half plus 2 becomes 5 by 2. So this is how the term symbol problems can be asked. So that's all, my dear students. The references, we know our reference book is The Perspectives of Modern Physics by Arthur Weiser, and you could also refer the Hyperphysics website, and for further queries and clarifications you can refer to the Google Classroom with class code, which you know, and you can ping me in my email for further doubts. Thank you, my dear students. It's up to you to learn the concepts now. Thank you.